Please take a seat and get comfortable. I hope you can hear this microphone is rather loud.
It's good. I love it.
That's good, right? That's good. Okay, those of you at the food table, help yourself and find yourself a seat. And I know that you've probably signed in because my friend Carol is very good at getting you to sign in. I know you've probably been approached by Michael to give a donation. I just discovered him recently. He dogs people. I apologize, but it works. It works.
I'm a flirt.
Oh my goodness. So I like to get started on time because we need to end on time. And we have a very interesting meeting. It's obviously the first Tuesday of May, and here we are back at the widget factory. I see you're as interested in hearing Barbara Vaughn speak as I am, and she is a treasure and one of our very own patriots. Just 1 minute here. Oh, here it is. Do you see this? Do you see this tube of toothpaste? I almost started talking into my toothpaste instead of the microphone. Well, I was getting ready to brush my teeth when I realized I have lived life squeezing and squeezing as much as I can out of life, like I've squeezed this toothpaste tube. I continue to get more out of it every time I squeeze it. But did you know that the toothpaste beat out the computer and the car as an invention that Americans said they couldn't live without? Imagine that. The toothbrush more important than the car. The first toothbrush was our index finger. The Egyptians developed a powder from ash for brushing teeth 5,000 years ago. Next came a chewing stick from Babylonia, which is a twig with a frayed end. Next, the monks in China came up with a toothbrush made from animal hair. The toothbrush became a common word in 1690, and it was mass-produced in 1780 after a prisoner discovered a need for brushing his teeth and made a toothbrush from an animal bone with an animal hair attached to it. It wasn't until 1857 when the first patent for a toothbrush was issued by a man named Wadsworth. By 1885, mass-produced toothbrushes became available and they were sold in boxes. In 1937, DuPont came up with nylon, and the toothbrush we recognize today was made common because of nylon. However, it wasn't until after World War II that brushing our teeth became a habit with the use of Pepsodent toothpaste. That just amazed me, really amazed me. So the men in the military came home with a habit of brushing their teeth. Something good came from World War II after all. So I need you all to help make these monthly meetings work, and we have mentioned that we want to get some younger people to attend, and one young man asked me if we could start at 7 p.m. It's almost impossible to be here by 6, he said. So I would like to have you think about this. If we started not at 6, but at 7 and went until 8:30, would you be willing to come?
Yes.
You would? Well, maybe this is the answer to getting some younger people, because they're working. I mean, sometimes the answer is so elusive that we just miss it. So I think if that's the case and you're being honest with yourself and with me, we'll start meeting next month at 7 o'clock. And I'll do my best to notify everybody, and you can help me by word of mouth. Now, as you know, we are all focused on the threat of Islam here. Each speaker has pulled this thread into their presentation. We believe if we don't address this, we will be an extinct species and planet Earth will spin out of control with only Muslims in charge. So I know that Barbara will be following this thread as well. Let us stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance as only the Sarasota Patriots do. We start out the pledge by saying, I am an American, and I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You may be seated. Before Barbara speaks, it's my pleasure to introduce Jorge Munoz. Jorge is Jackie Boy Colvin's private trainer who helps keep him in fine shape. Jackie Boy's my husband. Jack, why don't you stand up? There we go. This man is very fit for being 84, let me tell you. All right? Jorge, come on up. He was born in the country of Colombia, and he accompanied us to his homeland. Don't say it? Okay, I want to tell your story. Can I tell them that you're trained in AIS?
Yes, but I'm just gonna say that I was actually born in Belfast, Ireland.
Oh.
And but I was raised in Norway. That's why I got the accent. See
Oh
how
my
they laugh at
God.
that? You see that?
I didn't know he was a comedian.
That's good. When I said that, most people look at me like, what? I said, but it's a good excuse for my accent. So,
Okay.
there you go.
Well, I don't want to take your time because you're given 10 minutes, and as you know, and Barbara knows. So I do want to tell people that you were trained in active isolated stretching, which is AIS, and it's an amazing process. And you can, I think he passed out a card which gives you some information.
Yes.
A Floridian by the name of Aaron Mattis came up with this method 35 years ago, and it's still working. So your presentation is titled Do It Yourself Wellness and Fitness. So here you go. Do you want it in here? Very good.
Thank you. Okay, so trying to put up with me because of the accent. It's a Norwegian accent. Well, this is a welcome to my do-it-yourself fitness and serious tips. This is very short. Most of you will have a little bookmark, and all it shows is some exercises for your neck, which is nothing but rotation, flexion, lateral flexion, and forward flexion and extension. Okay. Now, the reason why I started this is just my way to introduce myself to the public. In today's world, we do have one good thing that's happening to us, which has to do with communication. And communication today is in our fingertips. We got laptops, we got phones, iPads, we got everything there is digital available to us, and it's very easy. Unfortunately, what that has created is also create a little bit of a problem. And Dr. Moore can probably, agree with me or don't say anything, please. Dr. Moore is the orthopedic back there. It does create a little bit of changes on your cervical region when people kind of get stuck on reading, or they just kind of zoom in into a computer. And what's happening is that they're noticing that people are having lots of problems at the neck area. So what I did is on that little bookmark you have, is one thing that I do encourage people to focus on, and that is your vision. We do have, it doesn't have a direct connection between your eyes and the back muscles below the occipital part of the head, which is called the suboccipitals. They're not a direct connection, but those muscles in the back here do have a relation on how we use our eyes. So, and if you don't believe me, you can do one simple exercise, just staring in front of you, looking at front without changing your vision, and trying to rotate your head to the right or to the left. And you'll find yourself having a problem to rotate because the eyes will have a relationship with the muscle that allows this movement. Okay? So on that bookmark you have, It will encourage your vision to be used. And this is something that you should be using or taking a little break when you're using your iPhone, your iPad, any type of digital media that maybe you're spending too much time on it. So again, keep that bookmark with you and show you some exercises on how to release the tension. And think about your eyes. Okay, in today's world, we're always thinking about having eyes in the back of your head, but it's almost like we do. Okay, these little muscles in the back will allow that to happen. Okay, so just keep that in mind. This is a very quick introduction. It will be some more other tips coming up. Planning to do it, 5-minute presentation. I'll give you tips on how to take care of your hips, your knees. And this is all before you have to go and see Dr. Moore. Okay, so it will be like, we'll be coming see me and then you see Dr. Moore. If there's no more hope, if I can't help you, he will be the one to help you. Okay, thank you so much, and I appreciate you helping and I appreciate you listening.
Thank you, Jorge. I always find what you have to say valuable. So Barbara Vaughn was born in Savannah